Hey guys, Jen here. On today's episode of Film Review 360, not a film review, but the Oscars are live tonight, and I'm going to make my prediction on the best animated feature film of 2017. All that and more on...
If you must blink, do it now. Pay careful attention to everything you see. No matter how unusual it may seem. If you look away, even for an instant, then our hero will surely perish. It is time to follow my own path. My name is Kubo. This is my story.
Your magic is growing stronger, but when we grow stronger, the world grows more dangerous.
You've got my attention. I promise I won't even blink. I actually don't think I even can blink. Do I have eyelids?
For generations, this peaceful island has been home to our family. But beyond our reef, a great danger is coming. Legend tells of a hero who will journey to find the demigod Maui. And together, they will save us all.
Maui!
A boat! A boat!
Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea. I am
Hero of men.
What?
It's actually Maui, shapeshifter, demigod of the wind and sea, hero of men. I interrupted from the top. Hero of men. Go. I'm not going on a mission with some little girl.
This is my canoe, and you will journey to different.
Did not see that coming.
The ocean is a friend of mine.
First, we've got to go through a whole ocean of bad. Kakamora.
Kako, what? They're kinda cute.
Moana! I got your back. It's Maui time! Really? Blow dart in my butt cheek.
We're going to the realm of monsters.
Don't worry, it's a lot farther down than it looks.
Elle était gentille avec toi, ta maman?
Elle buvait beaucoup de bière, mais elle faisait de la bonne purée et puis des fois on rigolait.
Bon. Écoute, je vais t'emmener dans un endroit avec d'autres enfants comme toi. Sans papa et sans maman.
Je vous présente Icar.
Mon nom, c'est Courgette.
Moi, je dirais plutôt patate vu sa tête.
Wow, t'as vu comme il vole! Lâche ça!
Et tu fais quoi si je lâche pas, hein? Tu veux pas me dire pourquoi t'es là, toi? Si tu veux, je peux même te dire pour les autres. Hein.
Elle est où ta mère?
Elle est partie avec un monsieur.
Et ton père?
Il est en prison. On est tous pareils. Y'a plus personne pour nous aimer.
Et la nouvelle, raconte-nous un peu pourquoi t'es ici.
Mais si on se fait prendre?
Oh, tu veux savoir ou pas?
Oui. Et elle a des yeux qui font un petit peu mal au ventre.
Celle qui m'a amenée l'autre jour. C'est une vraie sorcière, je te jure.
Je te laisserai pas partir.
Allez, bataille de boules de neige, filles contre garçons!
C'est lourd. Bon, allez, filme-moi ça.
Trop cool!
Désolée.
Oui, j'aime pas les flics, oui, je sais.
Zootopia, a gleaming city where animals of all breeds, predator and prey alike, live together in peace and harmony.
Hi, I'm Judy, your new neighbor.
Yeah? Well, we're loud.
Don't expect us to apologize for it.
ZPD's first rabbit officer, Judy Hopps.
You ready to make the world a better place?
Bad news in this city gripped by fear.
What can you tell us about the animals that went savage? Are we safe?
This is priority one. Hopps, parking duty.
Sir, I'm not just some token bunny.
You strike out, you resign.
Deal. Hello? I'm here to ask you some questions about a case.
Then they should have gotten a real cop to solve it.
You are under arrest.
For what? Hurting your free wings?
You are a key witness.
No, he is.
Hey! I need you to run a plate.
All right, I know a guy. You need something done, he's on it.
They're all slots? We are in a really big hurry.
I am on
It?
break.
I have 36 hours left. We can only solve it together.
It's not about how badly you want something. It's about what you are capable of.
I am a real cop.
Never let them see that they get to you. You bunnies. So emotional.
No! You're not
let go!
I'm gonna let go!
What?
We may be evolved, but deep down, we are still animals.
Quit it! You're gonna start a howl!
No! You are naked.
For sure, we're a naturalist club.
All the way down.
Try everything. Life's a little bit messy. Try everything. We all make mistakes. No matter what type of animal you are, change starts with you.
We gotta go.
Whose car is it?
The most feared crime boss, Mr. Big.
Is that Mr. Big?
Stop talking, stop talking.
Awesome.
Daddy! What did we say? No icing anyone at my wedding!
I have to, baby. Daddy has to.
Welcome to Film Review 360, the show that takes you around the world of movies. I'm your host, Jennifer Hathaway, and today we're going to be talking about my predictions for Best Animated Feature Film. Let's get down into it. I'm an aspiring filmmaker and an animator, and that being said, this is my most favorite award that's going to be given out tonight. It's also the one that has the most relevance to my life, so that's probably why it's my favorite. I know the most about animated movies, and so I figured that I would jump on here and give you a little bit of insight to who I think will win and who I think will be a black horse in this category. I think there are two black horses, which I think you need to take a look at, but I think there's a clear front runner here, only because of the social economic climate of our country right now and how I think the Academy voters will actually vote. So let's run through the nominees one more time. So here are the nominees: Kubo and the Two Strings, directed by Travis Knight; Moana, directed by John Musker and Ron Clements; My Life is a Zucchini, directed by Claude Barris; The Red Turtle, directed by Michael DeWitt; and Zootopia, directed by Byron Howard and Rich Moore. So let's go through it. I've already showed you clips of each film, so let's go through one by one. Okay, so first, the two black horses in this category that I think could actually win. Number one, Kubo and the Two Strings. I think this could actually be Laika's year. That being said, Laika has been nominated multiple times over multiple years and has never won in this category. However, Kubo and the Two Strings is nominated for 2 Academy Awards this evening. 1, Best Animated Feature, and 2, Best Visual Effects, although I think Jungle Book is going to take that award. But anyways, Kubo and the Two Strings is a fantastic movie. I loved watching this movie. One, it's stop motion, but it's stop motion in like the nth degree. I mean, it's just an amazing movie. It's about a little boy who has to go on the run from his grandfather and his 2 aunts, who wants to rip him from this world because they want him to live up in the moon with them. There's a lot of magic behind it, a lot of mythos building that takes place in this film, and it's this epic scaled movie. It's just fantastical in every element. The visual effects is fantastical. The set building is fantastical. The textural aspect of this film, I think, is just fantastic. I mean, I just want to jump in the world of that film's made in and just kind of live in it for a while because I love it so much. But I think it's a black horse. I don't think it's going to win, but I'm saying that I'm going to give it a huge chance to win. Okay, so number 2, the number 2 black horse I think that's going to be in this menagerie of films, if you will, is Moana. I think Moana also has a chance because 1, it's a musical. 2, the music is written partially by the lyricist of Hamilton, and it's just visually stunning. Plus it's like classic Disney, right? And Disney's been doing rather well at the Academy Awards the last 3 years. 3 years ago at the Oscars, Frozen finally won this category for Disney the first time, when Disney is really predominantly the reason why the Best Animated Feature category actually exists. So Frozen finally broke the mold, if you will, broke the ice. Gotcha. And finally won the Oscar. The next year, everybody thought that Dragon 2 was going to take it. DreamWorks Animation was going to take it with Dragon 2, but Big Hero 6 stunned everybody by taking the animated category. No one saw that coming, but me. I actually saw it coming. I was rooting really hard for Big Hero 6, and I thought that Big Hero 6 had kind of the wave behind it and the momentum in the last few weeks, especially since the anticipation was building with it being released, and the film was released on Blu-ray and digital, I think, like a week after the Oscars. So people really wanted to see this film, and I think there was a lot of excitement building and brewing for this film, which is why I am giving Moana a little bit of a chance to win too, because Moana is going to be released, ironically, almost identically to how Big Hero 6 was released. Big Hero 6 was released at the beginning part of March on Blu-ray and digital. Moana is going to be released, I believe, on March 6th. I might be wrong 1 or 2 dates, but it's going to be released within the first week or 2 of March. And there's a big hoopla about it. Multiple stores are doing exclusive Blu-rays and exclusive editions of this particular film. And so that's why I'm giving Moana a little bit of a slight edge too, as being a black horse in the category, only because so many times the films that you don't think are going to win comes in and snaps it right at the right at the last second. 2 nominees. My Life as a Zucchini, big disclaimer here, I haven't seen it. There has not been a screening around where I live within 250 miles since I found out about this movie. All I know about it is it's about a little boy in a orphanage, and his nickname is Zucchini, so that's why the film's title is My Life as a Zucchini. Is a stop-motion claymation animation film directed by Claude Barras, who, looking at every single thing I could get my hands on about this film in preparation for this video, the animation is really good. What I love about this particular film is that you can actually see the hands of the artist working in this particular film. You can see their stylistic choices. You can see the way they molded these characters. You can see how these characters are literally handmade, and they feel handmade. And as an artist, I absolutely love that aspect about this film. I like that the Academy actually had the guts enough to nominate this film, actually. The 4th film nominated is The Red Turtle. Let's talk about this film for a minute. Traditional hand-drawn animated film, 2D. The Red Turtle, directed by Michael DeWitt, is the first time Studio Ghibli has actually went outside of its walls and brought in a director and brought in some other artists from another team to make a film. So if you're thinking of like Spirited Away, the best animated feature Oscar winner from years past, one of the most brilliant animated films I've ever seen in my life, taking the team that made Spirited Away and adding together some other cultural elements from France, with Michael DeWitt being the director, and then on top of all that, some of his right-hand men and women coming on board too and making this film. So you take the magical, amazing ability of Studio Ghibli, and you're mixing it with this filmmaker that Hayao Miyazaki has been eyeing for the last 6 or 7 years. I believe it's actually been like 10 years, if I'm to think about it correctly. He's been like hammering at Michael, I think you need to make a movie. And if Hayao Miyazaki thinks you need to make a movie, you probably ought to make a movie. And he's now nominated for Best Animated Feature Oscar. So I think Hayao Miyazaki was right. That being said, The Red Turtle is an absolutely fantastic movie. I cried while watching The Red Turtle. I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to give away too much. I'm just going to say it's about a guy stranded on a deserted island. And this mysterious red turtle keeps destroying his plans to escape this island. And it just so happens that the red turtle's actually going to be represented in a different way as the film progresses. And that's all I'm going to say. I know that's a very mysterious. It is an amazing film. It's a silent film. I do need to say one thing. The composer that composed the film's music, I think he should have been nominated. When the main voice of your film is the score, and the film itself is deserving of being nominated in a separate category, but yet you're not being nominated as Best Composer, I think something's going on there. And I think that he should have been nominated for the very least for giving the film its main voice. But let's go to who I think will win. Who I think will win, should win, and who ought to win. And that's Zootopia, directed by Byron Howard and Rich Moore. I think this will be Walt Disney Animated Feature number 3 to win the Academy Award in this category. And I think Walt Disney Animation Studios is on a roll. I think that this is the second Disney animation renaissance that we're living in. And man, what an exciting time, right? So yeah, I think Zootopia is, and here's why. There's no way for Rich Moore or Byron Howard or the producer Clark Spencer or anyone on the story team to have fathomed what was going to go on politically in the last year and a half or 2 years when they started making this movie. And they've spoken very eloquently over the last few weeks and months over these award seasons about how they saw the racial and gendered biased and kind of the negative things in our culture happening 4, 5, 6 years ago. But every single year it seemed like the person behind those actions changed. The mask just got swapped and the masks just keep changing. And in this current political climate of today, and this is not going to become a political show, but Zootopia really outlines what we want to be in our culture, right? Zootopia, part of the word Zootopia comes from, the idea that we can all live in peace and we can all live in this super loving, super caring, super open society. And that being said, I think that this is the film that needs to win. Not just should win and not just will win, but I think it needs to win. Such an amazing movie. And let's talk about, if I talked about the composer of The Red Turtle, let's talk about how this best set design, this film should have been nominated for best set design. Every single frame of this movie, I just wanted to freeze the frame and jump into it and live in it for a while. And I still wish that Disney would just make Zootopia the video game so that I can jump into this world and live in it and kind of explore. I don't even want to give it away because if you haven't seen Zootopia yet, guys, go see the film. It's not just about the heavy themes. It's a crime comedy type movie wrapped within this the elements of this film. I'm just visualizing it again and it's just like, oh my gosh. Okay, let's move on. The world building in this film is absolutely amazing, and to think that they made a city that is open to so many different species that need so many different climates and so many different ecosystems and stuff to survive, and that they've taken all of these things that all these different species need and shoved them together so that all these species can live in harmony. It's just incredible. The thought process in this world building has just been a great job. And I think there's a common theme throughout from last year's winner Inside Out and this year's winner of Zootopia, where they made such a huge world in Inside Out, the world of the mind. And they so creatively built this world around so many different elements of the mind, not the physiological aspects of the brain, but the aspects of the mind. Everything in that world, you just kind of wanted to jump in that world too and figure out what it feels like to be in someone's mind. The same way it is with Zootopia. You want to live in the city for a while. You want to walk around the city. You want to see it. You want to feel it. You want to touch it. You want to experience it. And if Disney doesn't do something with Zootopia and their theme parks, yeah. I said the same thing about Inside Out. They needed to do something with Inside Out in their theme parks. Who will win? Zootopia. Who should win? Zootopia. Who ought to win? Zootopia. Who do I think could possibly take the cake? Kubo and the Two Strings or Moana. So that's where I'm at. So stay tuned, guys, for more videos. And also stay tuned for the next 30 or 40 seconds as I talk about my reaction to who actually won this category. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, let's talk about it. Alright? Thanks, guys. See you later.